Yes, 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 ladies and gentlemen, beautiful viewers, lovers of love. How you doing? It is a Saturday, and we always say, "Thank God it's a Saturday," because this is the only time we have fun. Where there is love, there is always fun. Are you watching the show for the first time? Are you a first timer? Yes, if you're watching the show for the first time, it is called A Glory of Love with me, the King of Hearts. I call myself MC Shugga, and every single Saturday, this is what we do. We bring it to you, and it is right time for you to tell a friend that the King of Hearts is in the house, already locked in, because it is time to love. Well, today, I'm doing the show myself solo, but I'll be involving you who are viewing right now and a few people in the streets later on, because the topic today involves all of us very, very actively. Not young, not old. This time round, the rating is even a baby, I believe, deserves to be watching this right now. Though, that's a joke, of course. All right, ladies and gentlemen, today we are talking about friendship, and friendship in all corners. Are you not having friends because you are an introvert? Are you having too many friends and they have become so overwhelming that you no longer can control or their influence rather? Well, that's what we're discussing today. But before we get that far, I am surrounded with musical instruments. In particular, they are guitars. I told you that for the past month and this month in particular, we are talking about love and music. And now today it is friendship. But friendship is just a section of love, and so we want to understand this crystal clear. The musical instruments here are representing for music, and I want you guys to understand the importance of love. I mean, music in love, because so many of you ignore this, but you will witness and you will guarantee or bear witness with me that wherever or anytime you decide to go out, you want to go to places where you will be in position to feel some music around you. And if you're planning to take someone out, even if you're taking yourself out, when you go to a quiet place, at least there has to be a backup of music. What is the influence of music in this case? Music gives you some nourishment. It is a special kind of nourishment to the mind. It makes you rest. Even those that go for massage and those who go for yoga, the yogis always advise you to have some kind of instrumental playing at the background. While for those who go for the massage, you know that the masseuse always presses the button a little bit, and then some music plays at the background just to soothe you a little more. So here, we can't do without music. Love always goes alongside music. So if you don't love music, then I count you as a mommy, because you're equally dead. Trust me. But if you love music, yes, you're on the right track. You try to blend your music with love, you will always have it crystal clear, or in another climax of it all. Well, getting back to our topic, just like I told you earlier on, today you are my guests. And on that note, I want you to know that you can interact with me directly on our topic of the day, which is friendship. And what you have to do is simple. Go check out MC Shugga on Instagram. And then check out the post I have done, or I have put there. Or you just check my story. The big question there is, would you introduce your girlfriend or boyfriend to your parents? This is something that is very, very hard. That so many young or youth out there don't do. They introduce their girlfriends and boyfriends to their parents at a later stage. But I believe it would be paramount for you to introduce your girlfriend or your boyfriend to your parents as early as possible, so that during the course of your relationship, you get a little bit of the guidance from your parents and the support. So, it is a different feeling. We shall be discussing it from how you begin making contemporary friends, just like you are my friend, you are my friend. Ordinary, when I say friend, I mean real friendship. And then to the point of it gravitating or graduating to now what we call the love, because that is how a love actually grows, from friendship to real love now. So, if you don't know how to make friends, then how will you be in position to make a good lover? And then, on the other hand, we have this friendship that has to exist between parents. That's what we're going to be discussing later on. So, as for now, I was just making a simple intro, and I want you to stay right there, because I'm coming back strictly on this topic, and I want you to get involved. Please go check me out on IG. You can make a comment on whether you can introduce your girlfriend or your boyfriend to your parents at this stage or not. If not, If yes, give us your reason alongside. I'll be reading those messages later on in the show. But as for now, let me come back shortly. It is the glory of love. With me, MC Shugga, the King of Hearts. All right, welcome back from that short breather there, and we are now here to discuss more about friendship. But before I jump on the topic, let me send some special shout outs to some special people I really reckon and so friendly to me. First things first, of course, Walker the barber. I tell you guys who are around town, Kampala, you should always go check out Walker in Arua Park Mall. That is level 1. Yeah, it is level 1, shop number 640 and 641 for hair treatment. If you want to do anything to do with salon, you want to go shave your head so clean, or you want to trim your hair, you want those nice cuts, you want to get yourself massaged, they have a lot of services for you. Go check them out. Walker is always there with Emma alongside Nahia. They'll be giving you all those services. Here we say you go and shave to save. What do we mean? When you shave, you'll be in position to save your relationships, Those things don't happen, man. You gotta go shave yourself clean, and then you'll be in position to save yourself a relationship. Some of you are not in love not because you have failed to find a lover, but because you're simply looking crazy. So go get yourself that nice shaving with Walker, and you'll be looking good. Trust me. You'll thank me later on. Otherwise, I also want to send shout outs to Skills Lyrical, watching all the way from Kanyanya. How are you doing, my bro? The music is good. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Keep doing your thing, man. You're so talented. I believe in you. And then on top of that, let me talk about Liam Classic. Liam Classic is one guy who offers you services to do with suits. The name is Classic. So if you want suits for weddings and things of that kind, go check him out. He's always there. That is in Old Kampala. You check him out, and you'll be in position to find yourself some nice suit. If you need some bookings and so on, you can call our number. We shall connect you directly to him. And then a special one to a friend who today I want to send special shout outs to the people in my neighborhood. So today, a special one to you guys who are watching me from my home area, the likes of Sarah, our mobile man now. Otherwise, big up on yourself. Thank you so much for always tuning in. Mama Aluvida, thank you so much for watching the show. I'm sorry for not sending shout outs for all along, but today it is a special one for you. And then Mama Netata Ashim, thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you so much. And then Mama Netata Keyani, that is Madam Nusura. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you guys. I know you guys are always tuned in. So don't take it personal. But today I've remembered you. And then there's Mr. Katende. Waguluao. Yeah, my brother. Big up on yourself. Thank you so much for watching the show. Today I have remembered you guys, and I send big shout outs to you. And then finally, Rosa and Pija Michael. Yeah, with your wife and the kids. Thank you so much for watching the show. And I appreciate you guys for always supporting MC Shugga. You're all at heart. I appreciate you so much. All right, let's jump on our topic. With that being said, if I haven't sent you shout outs, just know next time. There's always a next time. No worries, All right. Talking about friendship, this topic looks a little bit easy and a minor one. But I want you guys to know that, it is the hardest for so many people to make real friends. Most times there is no formula of making friendship. Togenda kera kumacho kubo bulango nti kankole drive so that I can get myself some friends. That's not how it works. So what happens is you bump into one another and simply become friends out of the blue. Sometimes you even don't realize. You just come to your senses when you already have so and so as your friend. But how important is this is what matters the most. So, Katonda yatutonda, God created us as social beings. After creating Adam, he made sure Adam got Eve and then gave them a task to fill the world. And that means create more humans. And now today the world is filled with humans. And the only thing that you should know is that you can actually, as long as you have people around you. I always tell my friends that drop me in any part of the world, as long as there are people there, even if they don't speak my language, I will survive. Now, I pity someone who does not have friends, someone who says, nze sagala mikwano, nsobola okubaawo nga nze nkusaasidde, because even trees and animals out there survive on one another. Katate gwe. So all in all, what I'm trying to emphasize here is we need to have friends. We need friends. Me as a person, to be in position to do what I'm doing right now, the people I work with, Solomon has to be my friend, Gideon has to be my friend, Regan has to be my friend, for them to be in position to do the production of this show. Otherwise, if we were not friends, and then maybe they would one time wake up one morning and say, you know what, Sola, I can't make it there today. You know, so friendship is key. I call it social capital in most cases, because when you have friends around you, chona chona choba wetaga can always be gotten. You know, you can easily get anything. It's a matter of hollering at a friend and you tell them, you know what, things are not moving smoothly. Please help me here, help me there. So why am I emphasizing friendship? We need to be in position to support one another in this country, first of all, and as on individual basis, we need the support of one another. Guno mukono tegusobola kubaawo nga guno teguliko. And each of these fingers are at different length. That means this finger has something it is going to help me, which this other finger may not. So, on the other hand, I don't want you to put yourself in a position like you are crippled or you are impaired. You know, when you have only one hand, you will always be at a disadvantage. But you have the advantage of creating as many friends as possible, because friendship is different from our body parts. You know, when our body parts, one body part gets impaired, let's say you get amputated of one arm, and then you are only left with the other arm, you'll always be looked at as someone who is disabled. But with friendship, when you lose one friend, you can always replace them with another. So we need friends. Friends need to support us. We need friends to help us build different parts of our life for us to be successful. So literally, we need one another to support and be in position to make it in this world. If you have issues with making friends, then it is the high time for you to call me and talk to me so that I can guide you into how to make friends. Though on the other hand, in most cases, people ask me questions and say, Shugga, how do I know that this person can be a good friend or a bad friend? That guarantee is never there. You can never know whether a friend is going to be good or bad until they are bad or until they are good enough. So it is all about trying. It's all about you getting out there and availing yourself to be in position to make friends, and then you will be in position to identify that this one has become toxic, so I need to quit. This one has become good, I need to amplify and make it much more, or make something out of it. So you need to look out and see, now, Shugga is my friend. What does he have that he can help me with to help me build myself as a better person? I have Regan out there, he's my friend. How do I use Regan to make myself a better Shugga? You know, that is how you should look at your friends, because that is the only way your friend is going to support you. Because in this case now, I'm looking at friends at general, whether of the opposite sex or not. In general terms, how does your friend become of benefit to you is the key element here. So after making friends, make sure you build something out of the friends you have. Don't just have friends who are loitering around you. If your friends are actually those that cannot help you, but rather they need your help, then make other friends who are going to be of help to you, because you need someone who can help you, not someone you can help. Though I'm not saying you should not help. So, better mikwano ejetaaga buyambi bwo, and then on the other hand, you should also be in position to have friends who can help you. Because I want to wake up one morning when I am stressed or having issues, and I can call someone. And I know I can always call Solomon, because manya manyiga Solomon wega imiridde. When I have issues with money, I know who to call. When I have issues with my relationship, I know who to call. When maybe I'm scared about something, I know who to call. But I know who to call because those who I am going to call are existing. You're not going to tell me you want to call somebody who doesn't exist. So it all begins with you making the friends. Make as many friends as possible. Sometimes when I'm seated home and talking to my kid sister, and then in different time intervals, my phone is always ringing and vibrating. So she's like, manai, ngoine mikwano mingi. So I keep telling her, yes, I need those friends. I always have so many friends. But right now you have my attention. So the moment I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to other friends. That's what she tells me. But she is telling me that because she knows I can never lack. Why? Because I have so many friends in all spheres or angles of life. So the same thing is going to apply to you who is out there and you think you can be independent, alone. No man is an island. You need friends. So you should be in position to check out, make sure your friends are always there for you, and you are vibing at the same rate. And when it comes to a point of life where you feel your friends are... When you come to a point in life where you feel your friends are... Okay, when you come to a point of life where you feel your friends are becoming maybe a problem, they are more of causing harm than good, and then it is all in your hands to make the final judgment, because controlling how your friends drive your life is in your hands. Don't allow it to be driven by bandwagon whereby what your friends say is what you do. Consider yourself first. Do you think what they're telling you to do is necessary or not? But just like I told you earlier on, I'm involving you guys, so you should be checking out my socials and making your contribution. The big question there is, would you introduce your girlfriend or your boyfriend to your parents? So I'll be returning shortly, and when I come back, I'll be talking first of all to the parents. I want to engage the parents in this case because it is easy for children to make friends with other children, but it is never easy, most especially here in Uganda and most especially in Buganda, for children to make friends with their parents. That is on a rare case. I've talked to so many parents, and we shall be having so many parents talk to us on the show later on about how they relate with their children. And trust me, the key element there is no clear chemistry. Children are always running away from their parents. Tata ne mama weba komao, and they enter the house, children are out. When they come out, the children are in. Why are you acting chikomando at home? Let's come back shortly, and it is still the glory of love, and we are talking about friendship. Stay right there, don't touch your remote. All right, welcome back from those interviews there, seeing how your parents had to comment about you introducing your girlfriend or boyfriend to them. My phone is busy buzzing here. So many people coming through with their messages, their contributions on what they think about the whole idea. But before I go to the messages, I want to emphasize something here. Parents, I believe you have clearly understood the fact that it is very paramount for you to be friends with your children, because these children have a lot that they go through, and there's a lot that they have to learn. I don't think if it will be okay with you to have your child learn about sexuality, learn about relationships from friends who are also still naive. So as someone who is already experienced in that field, it will be proper for you to take charge. But you will not have that chance. Share such private information with your child before you two becoming friends. So the big question here is now, parents must be asking, how do I become friends with my child? It depends on what you share. How much do you share with your baby? This actually begins from childhood. Togenda kubukira omwana wo nga awezezza myaka 2. Otandika kumweyogererezako and you want to become friends. That will be too late. So you can only correct and fix this when your child is still so young. They are so talkative. That is the right time for you to interact. Sometimes they become so interrogative, you know. Obera we waka nobanga gwe batute ku police omwana nakubuuza buli kimu. Daddy, what is this? Daddy, what does this mean? Awulira ekigambo eyo ku TV oba kuki najja nakikubuuza. And most times you guys run away from those responsibilities, not knowing that you're actually risking losing the trust and the friendship of your child. Now, when your baby lands in the hands of the wrong person, awogendo tegeera nti abayaye gye bali. So you don't want to risk that. Please get involved in the growing of your child. Make sure your baby trusts you for all her lifestyle or everything in her life. Whether she wants to share anything that she feels is private, she can always run to you. I want you to get to a point where your son can tell you that I'm going to meet my girlfriend right now. No bango solo mugaidinga. So that your daughter can tell you, I have a date with my boyfriend. Because I believe it will be to your pleasure to be in position to give her a little bit of tips on what to do. But if your daughter is depending on her boyfriend for advice, of course her boyfriend will be advising her in his favor. Waliwo boyfriend ayinza okugamba girlfriend went naye obudde bubuno saawa ziweze 12 teroddeyo wammwe gyali. You'll never. They don't exist. Why? Because he wants to take full advantage of her naivety. Manyije kigambo naive mwakitaking for jokes, but it is for real. It is almost a disease. Omuntu okubeera naive is very dangerous. So anybody can take advantage of them. So don't leave your daughters and sons to that point of risk. Talk to them. Be open to them. When you're sure they have clocked the right age, clocking the 18, that is the right time for you to introduce them. Have some sex education, point blank. Even culturally, walingawo basenga, ngamba walingawo, but they don't exist of late. Leave alone for bano basenga bafabeera ku TV. Ate abo nabo tebagala manya. So basically, you as the parent, your the first priority to your child is safety in any kind of relationship. Make them your friends and you will be in position to have them safe all the time. I would want to come to a point in future, if I have a daughter, Daddy, I'm going to meet my girlfriend. I mean my boyfriend right now. Then we sit down, planning. What is your plan? Do you have transport? Then I give her the transport. Other than her relying on her boyfriend for transport, because the boyfriend has sent her transport, he will not allow her to return. Segera gamba atasobola kuddayo kati soko olindeko so jomperekereko wano jangu tugendeko wano emanju, and the outcomes are always so severe. So you don't want your daughter to come back pregnant, and even it always comes to a point where she is pregnant and she cannot tell you gwe wezuulira. And if you don't have those eyes of those mothers of long ago, ng'osobola okulabirawo nti ono yali balubuto, oyinza okutegeera ng'azadde. You understand? Or you will only realize that your daughter was actually pregnant when she is dead because she tried to abort. So parents out there, the key element I'm trying to emphasize here about friendship is let your daughter, your son be your friend. Out of that friendship, you will be in position to know what they are going through, and you will be in position to guide them correctly. Other than you being, you being friends with your son or daughter does not mean that they are going to disrespect you. Some of you are too rude and harsh. You think that is the only way you're going to propagate the respect. So is it the respect that you deserve or that you want from your daughter or son, or their safety? So you lose nothing when your daughter or your son is your friend. That is one thing I want you to know. Try it. Give it a try and you will thank me later on. Otherwise, that friendship is very key. Now, finally, about the comment, I want to make a slight commentary about the people that we have just seen on the interview. Those who are trying to emphasize, saying that, you know what, I think if my boyfriend at home, I would ask who this guy is, why. Yes, those questions come in because it is a surprise to you. But if you introduced this to your daughter, or if you made this connection early enough, it will be very easy and very easy for you to understand. Now, this is what I want you to do. If you think it is a big blow for you, your son has come home with a girl and is saying, ono mkwano gwange. Manye you boldly that ono girlfriend wange. So, you can always read between the lines and understand that banono ngeri jebe mola bali banga bali engeri. So you sit them down. You can first of all maybe sit your son or sit your daughter, or and then later on have a one-on-one with her boyfriend. not with anger, but trying to show them that you understand that it is mutual and it is okay for them to be friends. But you try to build the security of your daughter in this boy that she has brought home. Actually, that's the first thing you need to do. Webaze mwana wo okuleeta girlfriend or boyfriend we waka. That one is trustworthy. And then on top of that, you can now go ahead and guide them on how they can take their friendship in the most safest way so that nothing evil or toxic erupts out of it. If you want to know what words you should tell them and so on, that is now what you have to get on one-on-one, like depending on the relationship or the case that is at your table. But always it is very, very important for you to guide them and tell them the outcomes of what their friendship will bring. And then secondly, making sure that they are always trustworthy to one another, because you will not want to be the kind of parent where your son comes home today with Rita, then the next day nakoma ne Sarah, the other day nakuletera Jalia, ngakugamba nti they are all his friends. That would be so weird, you know. So for you to be in position to help this son or this daughter to be in position to have friends who will only be friends to her or him and fruitfully develop her in the due course of being in position to understand what relationships are, you need to be there as the guardian angel. And then finally, this is the final thing I want to say about this kind of friendship. Why I'm emphasizing friendship is your children, whether you like it or not, have to develop and grow in the direction of love. That is understanding to be in position to stand in a relationship. Omwana okusobola okubeerawo mu relationship ya love yeetaaga guidance. And that is only going to happen if you start it early enough. So you being friends with your child is going to be a good platform for you. Incidences, talk to them and tell them, you know what, sometime in life or sometime in future you're going to admire this boy, you're going to get attracted to a guy or who will be so dear to your heart, so that when he says bad things to you, when he leaves you alone, you will feel so hurt. And so this is how you should be in position to drive this. This is how you should be in position to ride along and understand that it is a normal thing. So on that platform, you will be in position to guide your children. But regardless, you have to make friends with your children. You have to make friends with your neighbors and things or people of that nature, because friendship is key in our lives and we cannot do without friendship. Otherwise, lovers of the glory of love, we appreciate the fact that you always tuned in, and I want you to know that you should always remain tuned here because we have a lot for you. For those of you who have issues with your relationships, you can always holler at us because we have counseling and guidance sessions that always happen between Monday to Thursday, because weekend we are busy. And then for those who are looking for love, don't stop calling, don't stop checking out Solomon, or check out our numbers there, because we have that package for you, and we shall be launching our matchmaking shortly or sooner than soonest. Otherwise, it was the glory of love. I appreciate that you were tuned in. Always at your service is me, MC Shugga, and the glory of love at large. And I say, big upon yourself, Pava in French. Bye-bye.